Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
It's the calm before the storm. A massive snowstorm is heading our way fast. This could cause trouble for a lot of people, maybe even you, as you're traveling home after the holidays. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly joins us in the studio to explain. Katie?
Yeah, Melanie, the winter storm headed for many parts of the valley is nothing to ignore. These are the different levels of winter weather warnings, watches, and advisories. We started with a winter storm watch, meaning to be prepared for possible significant winter storm events. But earlier this evening, it was upgraded to a winter storm warning for major parts of North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota. This means potentially life-threatening winter weather is on the way. But this could spell trouble for many people out traveling on the roads or up in the air for the holiday season. Weather conditions like this increase risks for travelers and make a dangerous situation. Officials say traveling during this type of weather will become difficult or impossible in some situations. They urge people to delay travel plans unless conditions improve, and even if you plan on staying home, make sure you have stocked supplies. Some airlines are already warning people who have plans to fly during this time that flights may be delayed or canceled for safety reasons. They are offering flexible options to reschedule as the weather takes a turn for the worse. It is recommended to be prepared and exercise caution at this time. Melanie?
Okay, thank you, Katie. And while it's quiet now, that significant storm could be here by this time tomorrow night. Hutch, when will the worst of the storm hit?
Well, it looks like the absolute worst for us here in the Red River Valley gets here Thursday in the afternoon into Friday morning. That's when the wind picks up, but it's really coming in a couple of rounds. It does start tomorrow out in western and central North Dakota. Most of our viewing area under a winter storm warning. Here's the timeline. Wednesday, the snow starts out west, and by the end of the day, 2 to 8 inches of accumulating snow could be possible there, but it doesn't come with a huge amount of wind. Thursday, snow and wind in the main round that comes from South Dakota, pushing into central Minnesota, will leave 5 to 10 inches or more of snow in our area, with the blowing and drifting continuing into Friday. Here's a map showing you the greatest impact snowfall-wise will be from the central Red River Valley, the James River Valley, and into central and northern Minnesota. Northeast South Dakota, 8 to 15 or more inches of very fluffy and blowing snow. So we'll have the latest on this, including your hour-by-hour forecast. But again, any travel over the next few days could be difficult, if not impossible, and you'll want to stay up to date with any changes that happen.
Yes, definitely, and rearrange your plans as more information comes out too.
It's the best.
Okay, thank you,
You
Hutch.
bet.
And if you need to announce a closing in wake of tomorrow's storm, visit our webpage, valleynewslive.com. Under the weather page, on the right-hand side, click the gold button to submit your closings request. Having trouble with your account? Click Request Closings Login for help. One person is dead and 4 other families have been evacuated from their homes after a single-engine airplane crashed into a Sioux Falls neighborhood earlier tonight. Officials believe the person who died in the crash was an occupant of the aircraft. The exact number of people in the plane and homes isn't clear. One nearby neighbor says the crash shook her whole house. The Sioux Falls emergency manager says a fire at the scene was extinguished within minutes, and crews will continue to work into tonight. Police have a new danger for you tonight, and it has to do with keeping Grinches away. Police are warning you to be careful with what you do with your Christmas gifts and even the boxes they come in. Police tell us that putting your presents boxes out on the curb is basically telling the world what kinds of gifts you have inside your home. They suggest you cut up your boxes and put them in your trash can. They also say it's not a great idea to post any pictures of your gifts on social media. They say potential burglars are scouring the internet, sizing up what Santa left you under the tree, and trying to figure out the next time you might leave the house. And some local families are saying they got the best Christmas present of all. At Sanford Hospital, little Christmas babies are coming into the world on a day already cherished by many. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly spoke with a nurse who says absolutely nothing slows down at the birthing center, even for Christmas.
Beginning around 1:30 this morning, the first Christmas baby was born at the Sanford Hospital in Fargo. Since then, the staff has been busy bringing these Christmas miracles into the world.
There'll be more until midnight, and it has been pretty steady, actually. There's been a few that have came in and delivered quickly.
Schmidt says the atmosphere and holiday cheer around the hospital is always a special feeling that adds to the excitement of a baby being born.
I think everyone is pretty excited to have a baby around this time of year.
And even though helping deliver these little ones means working on the holidays, she says it's all worthwhile.
I mean, it's hard to work holidays. You know, we all have families too that we have to leave to come to work, but when you are here and you see a new life come into this world, you forget all of that, and it's always joy.
Schmidt may not get to spend time with her own family, but she gets to be there as other people's families begin.
We love our job and we love what we do, so if we're going to be somewhere else, not with our families, we would love to be here.
So while dozens of Christmas babies are born, nurses and doctors will stand by their side through the holiday season. In Fargo, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
By 2 p.m., half a dozen babies had already been born, with more mothers in labor. We'll have the final number of Christmas babies added to our website after Christmas Day officially comes to a close. And the holidays are a time for family, laughter, and decorations. And at the North Dakota State Penitentiary, inmates get a piece of home from inside the guarded doors and fenced-in building. Even in confinement, inmates make the most of the holiday season, and it might not smell like pine, but they've got a tree that looks just fine. Drawing, taping, and helping decorate, they say this helps them rehabilitate.
Have like something small that kind of takes us out of like this prison world, like anything to get us kind of like implemented to like doing something good and positive. It just feels really good.
And although some may be closer to the outside than others, just for a minute, this feels like home. U.S. immigration authorities say an 8-year-old from Guatemala has died while in the custody of the federal government. The child was detained along with his father by U.S. Customs Border and Protection. Officials say a border agent saw the boy was exhibiting signs of potential illness, which led to him and his father being transferred to a New Mexico hospital on Monday. The hospital staff eventually found that the 8-year-old had a fever. He was given medications and released, only to return to the hospital that night due to nausea and vomiting. He died shortly after midnight on Monday. The official cause of his death is under investigation. Hundreds of people and rescue workers fled to higher ground today in Indonesia after a rumor spread that another tsunami was coming. Panicked crowds ran through the streets as some screamed, "Water is coming." Some people fled to the biggest mosque in the area. About 30 minutes later, it was revealed the tsunami warning was a false alarm. The death toll from the tsunami that hit Indonesian islands without warning Saturday night has passed 420, with more than 1,400 people injured. And how would you like a couple $1 million for a Christmas gift? How about around $321 million? Well, now's your chance. Break out those Mega Million tickets, because here are the winning numbers. The winning numbers are 2, 8, 42, 43, 50. Once again, that's 2, 8, 42, 43, 50. Mega Ball is 6, and the Megaplier is 3. Good luck to all the people with your tickets. There's a new hotline for troubled veterans that is now up and running. The impact it's already had later on Valley News Live at 10.
And our most potent storm of the season heading toward the valley. Here's a few tips. If you must travel, be sure to have that winter survival kit handy and make sure those cell phone batteries are charged. Share your travel plans if you have them. If you can, change those plans. And it looks like we're going to see some dangerous conditions even if you stay in your house. I'll have your forecast next.
You're watching Valley News Live.